Another round? On me. You're right. I don't come here as often as I used to, for obvious reasons. But there's no denying the man still has the best wine in the city. You think so? Well, it comes with the territory, I guess. Domestic and carefree life adds another kind of weight on your shoulders.
Or your belly.
It's also significantly more difficult than being a Centurio. Especially considering your soldiers are there to die on your command. That's their duty. When it comes to family, your duty is keeping them alive. That's day and night difference right there. Why did you bring him up? Honestly, I don't give a shit. He deserved to suffer. Wouldn't undo the damage he has done, though. And if justice means I'll never see my family again? Not for me. Some Kents or another Magistra should look into that kind of thing. What was that?
Something serious seems to be happening outside. We'd better take a look.
Let me grab my sword. Gauls are attacking Rome. But that's suicidal.
Not enough. Your mother may be in danger. We should check on her.
At once.
I'll go get my plane. Are you stupid? Where is my wife? Did anyone see where she went? All the gods run! They're fighting in the streets.
Must have hurt.
Let's see if you can get through my shield. Stand around! Save your life! Run!
Where to?
To the Temple of Saturn! There's no way they will risk attracting his wrath.
Scatter before us like headless chickens.
I heard they killed everyone in Ostia. It's too late. Don't stand around. Save your life. Run!
Where to?
To the Temple of Saturn! There's no way we can risk attracting his wrath.
Father was right to teach you how to fight.
We'll flank them over there.
They're all scattered before us like headless chickens.
anyone in your way.
Which one?
They will burn the entire city down. We should flee to Ostia.
I heard they killed everyone in Ostia. It's...
There you are. I got Calida and Best here.
We cut a way through the barbarians. None shall stand in our way.
This Cerberus is alive.
Domina! The barbarians are looking for Domina Claudiana. I told them you weren't here.
What if they're not randomly attacking one villa? What if they were sent to take out your family?
Sent by who?
We have seen our enemies do stranger things.
I don't know. My knowledge of their language is limited. They were talking about their Patronus at one point, but I could not catch his name. I saw her stab one of the barbarians in the eye and run towards the cellar. At least 4. They came out of nowhere. She was in the study when they came.
Which is where your sister went to protect your mother, probably.
Don't worry. We'll save them.
Domina!
Cowards! Face me! so weak.
Oh.
Now do it again!
Only one remains. This was easy.
Impressive!
Make way! Make way, I said! She's fine. The screaming is good. It means she has enough life in her to be able to scream. It is your sister who worries me. She lost a lot of blood. It does not look good. We need to keep her warm.
Don't worry about it. By the grace of Wester, they were not even in Rome.
Your mother will be well. Do not worry. As for Liwiana, you should rest. That's the best thing you can do now.
The Senate is bound to call a meeting. They'll surely declare war. We already have most of the team back together. except for one. Deianira is in the dungeon awaiting her execution. After this attack, I believe we may have the leverage we need to get her out of there. You should go and sort things out before you head to the Senate. We can't be sure we'll get another chance.
They finally let you in. Heard you had been trying to see me. I am where I belong. I have caused much harm. No. Silvius was only one I came for. But it got away from me. He said they were there by own choice. I knew he lied. I thought I was saving them, but they looked at me with exact same fear in their eyes. I hoped this guilt I carry every day would fade when I had vengeance. But still, when I think of her, I feel pressure around my heart. Her name was Tusa. She was 2 years younger than me. She loved horses more than anything else, and they seemed to love her back. She was my best friend. We braided each other's hair and hunted rabbits. We were always competing together against our brothers, and we always won. I have not followed threefold path of Asha. I have spread grief instead of happiness. I have blackened my soul with evil thought and evil deeds. If I stay here and face my execution, maybe I will be redeemed in the eyes of the wise lord. You think it is like that? A merchant's scale where you can just put down good deeds to weigh up the bad? If only. It seems you understand me better than I understand myself. It is not the same. You bear no blame for those you lost. I do. I wanted to go to the Greek city. I wanted wine and spices and beautiful dresses. She was scared, but I told her I would keep her safe. I was eager and naive, and they exploited it. They lured us with pretty promises and tried to force themselves on us. We fought back. I killed one of them. Then Silvius killed Tusa. Every part of it, every single thing that led to her death was my fault. I know what you say is true, but what I feel is different. It doesn't matter what you say, and you didn't even know her. I would. Of course I would. Maybe one day, I will be able to. I guess that will not happen if I am executed, though, huh? Fine. You are good at this, you know. Let's go.
As per today's augury...
Orcus, take your auguries, Cicero. The Gauls attacked us. Here, in Rome. Do we really need the gods' opinions to decide on today's relatio?
Webius Vitellius Lurco, you will respect the Senate and its procedures.
Then the Senate must respect the people of Rome.
The Senate is the people of Rome.
Our most esteemed senators and officials seem very much alive to my eyes. The same cannot be said for the men and women who were slain in Ostia. My own poor sister-in-law lies dead at the hands of rampaging barbarians. I'm certain if her sister were allowed to speak up, she would not remain silent. In her place, I'd be outraged. I am outraged. My business ventures have nothing to do with this. Control your grief. We all suffered losses.
I think it is you who should practice control, Vitellius Loco. I, for one, am sure she speaks with evidence.
Typical. This is no time for your self-centered antics. Everyone was targeted. Our citizens are in grave danger. Senators, Romans, we are the sons of wolves. We are proud as we should naturally be. But in our pride, we have grown docile and meek, allowing jackals to attack us without fear. They were laughing. With blood in their eyes, they've slaughtered our own wives and daughters. And what have we done since then? What are we doing now? Nothing. Nothing but endless debates and discussions. I say the time for philosophers is past. Now is the time for warriors. I say we strike now. We shall encircle them like the wolves we are. I say we attack. What say you?
I say, cease your populist posturing, Vitellius Lurco. Senators, we are at the heart of our republic, discussing what's perhaps the most important relatio of this age. And you behave like hysterical
And you behave like a spoiled child who's trying to wear his father's sandals.
Do not test me, Vitellius Lurco. Speak out of turn again, and I shall see you dragged in chains right into the closest dungeon.
Watch and know your words, Cicero. You are speaking to a consul of Rome and the representative of its people.
You are as well. I hold the Imperium. I alone can determine the course of this discussion. Nothing happens without my consent. That is
And
why...
maybe that's why this needs to change.
What?
Citizens, friends, I apologize for my outburst, and I apologize to you, Cicero. I was out of turn indeed.
I'm not sure what you're playing.
It's my frustration talking, even though I am your co-consul and still new to this world of politics. You are a man of words, Cicero. I believe this crisis we're in requires a man of action. For this reason, I propose, with great humility, that this Senate should consider electing me as dictator until this situation ends. I understand your concern. Honestly, I wish I was omnipotent. Then I could bring all of our dead friends back from the depths of Dis. But now, we should focus on preventing more deaths.
And we achieve this by attacking Gallia?
It is difficult for a non-military mind to understand this. War causes death, true. But in this case, it will be to prevent even more death.
Obviously, we need to act fast. If every decision is to be discussed and approved in the Senate, there is no way we can win this war against the Gauls. They do not have a Senate. We need a commander who's passionate and skillful enough to lead the war effort, swiftly and efficiently.
And that man is you, Lurko?
Vitellius Lurko may be consul, but that doesn't make him a skilled commander of legions. His experience in warcraft is minimal.
When it ends, preferably sooner than later. But I shall try to achieve a swift victory and subjugate Gallia as soon as possible.
Just like the other campaigns you have led. Oh, wait. There are none. This is unbelievable. The man is clearly trying to manipulate you. I'm all for attacking Gallia, but at least send someone who knows how to fight.
Like you?
Absolutely. Or Cotter, who is an accomplished commander himself. Even Cicero would be a better commander.
Yet instead of fighting, he prefers talking.
I prefer order and respect. Not yelling like spoiled brats. Disrespecting the very core of what makes us Romans.
Oh, come on, Cicero. I'm not in favor of declaring Lurko as dictator, but surely you agree we must act right now.
What if I lead the war together with an experienced commander as my advisor?
And take one of your equally incapable lackeys with you? How would that help?
I shall lead a consular army into Gallia, in command of one half of our military might, while the other half is controlled by someone who has absolutely no reason to like me. What do you say to that, heir of Lucullus? Will you join forces with me? After all, these men are right. I need the support and the experience of a commander as skilled as you. Naturally. You are the more experienced commander after all. Your legions are yours to command. I can tell from your faces no one will oppose this idea.
It sounds like a reasonable compromise. If anyone dislikes Lurko more than Cicero right now, it is this woman.
She's proven herself to be a proficient commander. Fine. As long as she answers to Lurko.
Sure. What could possibly go wrong?
I can see there is no sense in trying to have a civilized conversation about this. Very well. Have it your way then. But we will not do this like animals. We still have to vote on it. If we execute this plan, it means Vitellius Lurko will be dictator for the duration of the Gallia campaign. More importantly, it means Rome is declaring war on Gallia.
The war has already been declared. We're going to finish it.
All those in favor of this solution to the relatio?
Oh good. Exactly where I want to be. Surrounded by 6,000 men loyal to our archenemy.
Vitellius Lurko is the consul of Rome. We're safe. At least for now.
The word safe has far too much margin of error to be of comfort.
Are legate? Soweti legionare? The consul was expecting you. Please lay down your weapons before you proceed. Of course I do. It would not change a thing if you were Jupiter Optimus Maximus himself. These barbaric lands are full of spies and assassins. I don't know. Are you? I am a simple legionarius, and if you do not do as I say, you'll have to try and kill me, great legate, and I do not think you'd succeed. A wise choice. We're not done yet. You may have a hidden Pugio or two underneath that armor. You will be strip searched.
Leprosy, Domine. She has a rare form of leprosy.
I pledge to devote the remainder of my life to fighting for the glory of Rome.
Would you kindly drop that Pugio you're hiding then?
All right. Wasn't my favourite Pugio, anyway.
Observant little bastard, isn't he?
I have given all my weapons. If you lay hand on me, I will take away your ability to have children. No weapon needed.
I don't think any further strip searching will be necessary.
Observant and wise.
They're a bunch of jaded old men who have no taste for glory any longer. Why would they? They already fought and bled in 2 campaigns for their beloved legatus. And what do they have to show for it? Not a thing.
Salve, legate. Welcome to the land of Gallia. Not again. Bellius, what did you do this time?
This time? I did nothing out of the ordinary. In fact, I did
Insolent
exactly...
bastard! Get on your knees and apologize right now.
I...
You are hesitating. See this, Legate? This is what I have to deal with on a daily basis. I shall execute this cur for disrespecting you right now. As you wish. I know you have a soft spot for these foreigners, Legate. They lower the quality of our legions, if you ask me. Well, we are here to discuss strategy, so let us talk. First of all, I would like to express how your presence honors me, Legate. These Gallic barbarians are numerous and cunning, but with you on my side, we shall be triumphant. You wound me. I know, in the past, we haven't seen eye to eye. That is no secret. But I always felt the animosity between us stemmed from a misunderstanding. Don't forget that you are my sister-in-law. The barbarians tried to kill you. Now they shall suffer our vengeance. That is what I say indeed. We may not need to find the exact people, for we all know they were Gallic. This was an attack on Rome itself. In other words, the culprit is most likely one of their many chieftains. We merely have to defeat them all. I would never presume to tell you what you should do. You have all the authority over your own legion, just as I have over mine. You are free to execute whatever stratagem you see fit. A challenge. Oh, I like it. Unfortunately, our legions have a problem, and we need to solve that first. Commanding a massive consular army is comforting, but it also means we'll have to feed our legionari. And let me tell you, Legate, we don't have enough food. Price we pay for mobilizing fast. As such, we will have to strike a deal with the local tribes sympathetic to our cause. A couple of chieftains agreed to help us. We shall meet them and negotiate a deal. Naturally, I'll be there to help you, just in case.
You are a great warrior, there's no doubt about that. Navigating the treacherous waters of Gallic politics may require more tact, however. You will take the lead, of course. I shall only provide counsel and support. Most certainly. This land is infested with numerous tribes, each ruled by the wealthiest and most powerful men. They rarely come together under one banner. They are called Duatiacus and Dumnorix. Such arrogant names. One of the chieftains specifically requested your presence. Suspicious, I know. I say, let us humor them and give them what they desire. At least, for now. I guess we will. Not now. We can talk afterwards.
By the will of Tutatis, the Romans have arrived, as foretold.
It is your time to shine. Prove to me you're not just a mindless warrior, but also a skilled diplomat.
We are not Dumnorix. In your tongue we are called Divitiacus. He who was known as Dumnorix is a brother to us.
It is I, Roman. I am he who is known as the King of the World. That is my name, indeed. Look into my eyes as you pose your questions. Now tell me why you're here.
All we ask in return is your friendship.
And do you always get what you want? My name is for my friends. You may call me Vercingetorix, the king of warrior kings. I rule the Arwani. The Vitiacus and Dumnorix are my friends, and the Aedui whom they rule are allies of my people. I wish I could say it were nice to meet you, but under the circumstances that would obviously be absurd. That is what they call me, and what my name means in your language. I am the one who has united the tribes. The Vitiacus stubbornly defends his people's fragile and ill-advised alliance with the Romans. And Dumnorix is simply not fond of striking deals with bloodthirsty murderers. Let us say, I represent a kind of middle ground. You have much work to do if you wish to make up for the actions of your countrymen.
You will receive supplies. It is foretold.
My brother speaks out of turn, for he is not the leader of the Aedui. I am. We will give you the supplies you ask for, but expect no more from us, or you shall be disappointed.
Cease this unprovoked invasion and leave immediately. Of course, I know your bloodthirsty nature will prevent you from doing that. You will not be satisfied until you've enslaved every single one of us. Feel free to try, Roman. You'll find that Gallia is like no other land. An attack? Rome was attacked, and you think it's us?
Lies! The woman is lying. She's trying to trick you. I told you this was a bad idea.
Even if one of the kings did harbor such ambitions, they would never act on them without my knowledge. That would be the stupidest method of usurping my non-existent throne.
A throne may look like a seat, but a true king enthroned needs no seat.
If what you say is indeed true, Roman, your attacker was no king. There are many warriors among us who offer their services to whomever wants to pay.
Not everyone approves of your leadership, Vercingetorix. I keep telling you.
I do not ask for approval. I demand loyalty. Roman, you spin an intriguing yarn. I shall look into this, and if you're telling the truth, I shall find whoever's responsible. Meanwhile, stop attacking my people. What about the consul's hands?
As a consul, I am bound by the will of the people.
What does that even mean? Do you not rule Rome?
On the contrary, I am her servant.
We will see each other again, if Tyrannus wills it. Until then, I grant the Aedui Limited permission to engage in trade with the Romans.
The Aedui alone, I assume.
Of course. It's not like the Eburones would deal with the Romans anyway.
We will speak when the time comes.
I believe there's nothing more to discuss at this juncture. Until we meet again. Ueleti, as you say.
time has come. Let us speak now. Our brother left now, for now was the time for him to leave. His distaste for your company has very little to do with it. Of details, there is not much to discuss. You will receive what you will receive, and that is what we will provide. Then it is not enough. We speak only when there are things to say. Some speak when there's nothing to say. Some do not speak at all. The question is well phrased. To make use of the supplies we will give you, you must survive. Our brother is a man of honor and dignity. He is not fond of betrayals, nor betrayers. You do not know Orgetorix. From now on, it will. Orgetorix is the leader of the Helvetii. The Helvetii are currently gathering in order to attack and destroy your legions. You have invaded our lands. The people of the mountains to the east of here. We stand for peace. Orgetorix seeks war. Though many believe otherwise, peace is not achieved through war. He is an honorable king. He is strong, courageous, and wealthy. He will destroy your legions if he is not stopped.
Ordinarily, I would prefer to avoid bloodshed, but a preemptive attack seems like the most sensible action here. If we move at once, we can surely catch them off guard. Killing Orgetorix should prove how powerful our legions are, and send a clear message to other Gallic tribes that we are not to be trifled with. Good. I'm glad you agree. I shall lead the frontal attack with Legio Ferrata, while you circle around with your Speculatores. Trapped between us, Orgetorix should fall quickly. The rest will disperse once the head of the snake is severed. Experience. I have dealt with these kinds of barbarians before. They fight for no greater cause. They simply follow their leader. In the unlikely event that something goes wrong, you can always rely on me. Deploy your legion when you are ready. It was him who provided the information. I assume for some reason this is precisely what he wants.
The three care not about emotions. That which is to be done will be done.
Oh.
Go on, hit me again. See what happens.
One left? Disappointing.
Can't fight anymore. I must return to my wife.
Were you in both Greece and Africa as well.
I sat Africa out. I really wanted to join up and avenge Lucullus. But my wife had just given birth and the farm was doing well. You know how it is.
The only thing you missed out on was terrible sunburn and lots of sand in your underwear. But at least the pay was good.
Legati!
All is well, I hope.
I have come to challenge you. Fight me, if you dare. My name is Yurka. I am from the place you call Britannia. Your reputation as a warrior precedes you. I wish to test its veracity. A king by the name of Carterix has built a great fighting ring in the mountains. It is called the Arena of the Three, as it was built to honor Azus, Tyrannus, and Tutatis. It is a holy place. A place for warriors to meet and fight under the blessing of the gods. You think yourself a warrior? Prove it. In front of all the tribes of Gallia. Huh. Then you have more courage than I expected. Very good. Find Carterix at the arena when you get there. I'll see you soon, Legati.
Took a big hit on the side of my head when we took Alexandria. A helmet saved me, but my hearing's never been the same.
I feel you. This huge Berber guy caught me square in the shoulder with a club. Now I can't raise my arm above my head.
I got this limp from Greece. Got pushed off a siege ladder at Colcaerdon.
See this tooth I'm missing? Scrawny little girl smashed a jug on my face in Memphis for grabbing her ass.
I was hoping you would come over. You got me out of a very dark place. Now I am here to do the same for you. His war of fools, I think. Your countrymen are fools to believe Lurko's lies. The ghouls are fools to stand against us. We are fools for getting caught up in it.
All is well, I hope.
Legate, I am at your service.
Domina. They wouldn't. Under the rule of Vercingetorix, Gallia was said to be a true opponent for Rome. They were quite safe in their current position. An attack like this doesn't make any tactical sense at all. My guess is there's someone else behind this. Either that or the entirety of Gallia has spontaneously lost their minds. Most Romans think of Gallia as a land of unrefined barbarians. Not many things could be further from the truth. Gallia is home to some of the fiercest warriors you can find outside of the Republic. Until recently, it was a land fractured between countless tribes and chieftains. But now, Vercingetorix has somehow done the impossible. He has united them all. I don't think so. The attack was foolish and, above all, unnecessary. As far as I can tell, Vercingetorix is far smarter than that. I am an old man. My mind may still be sharp, but my limbs are tired. I am content, however, thanks to you. I often think back to that day in Greece, when I faced my old rival. It feels good to know that I could best him fairly. Perhaps when our work is finished, I can go back to my hometown after all, and die there in peace. Thank you. That means a lot to me.
Away, Legati!
Thank you for sending me those schematics your people found. Away, Legati.
I believe the priestess of Ubast has placed her curse on our legatus. It seems to have followed us to Gaul.
I should have brought along my dog.
Have you come to drink with us? During the Grand Championship, I had to fight a giant Samnite. He was the most skillful opponent I had ever encountered, and he was easily twice my size. You know, I allied with him against an Egyptian gladiator who was also in the arena fighting for the title. I told the Samnite that the Egyptian called his mother a whore. Without a doubt. Now understand that the Samnite was going to kill the Egyptian anyway. Eventually, I just changed his priorities. Together we fought and killed the Egyptian. When the Samnite's guard was down and he was celebrating his kill with me, I swung my axe and severed his head. It was. The Samnite was foolish to trust me, and he paid the price. My point is this. You might be the Samnite, and Lurko is like me. You will fight together, and when you least expect it, he will kill you. Do not let your guard down. Good. I did not. I have met a few gladiators from Gallia, though. They are not to be taken lightly. I do not like their land, I must say. Too many forests and hills. Hard to spot an enemy marching towards you. We need to be careful here. Sometimes I think about that night. I still do not know why she would run from me. It doesn't make any sense. But I don't want to talk about this. Thank you.
This fire wasn't natural. There are Gallic warriors lying in ambush on the other side. If we'd turned back, they would have got us for sure.
We are ready to deploy the Legion. Congregate copius in dextro latore! Our ranks have reached the enemy lines. The enemy is deploying their tactical reserves. Subsidia bellica expectante!
Finite milites exaltare.
My good woman, you look like a person of fine taste. Are you interested in partaking in a small experiment? I am a chef by trade. I am so skilled at the art of cooking that others will pay me for the food I make. Of course, there is always room for improvement. I like nothing more than to experiment and create new dishes to delight my customers. I'm looking for someone brave enough to try my latest dish. What say you?
By Tyrannus, how did they get behind our lines?
easy. Stay low and shoot if you can see them.
This is our land! Let's protect it together!
dog you are!
Yourselves, we will defend this area.
It's all right. You're going to live.
Lure them closer. I'll shoot as soon as I see them.
They die.
You are mostly fine. Get back into the fight.
teach them never to mess with Gallia again.
This is it! Just one more!
Glorious battle against a worthy opponent. They fought like angry lions.
More of my warriors are on the way. You are surrounded, Romans.
He isn't coming. Let's get out of here before we're overwhelmed. I don't want to die for his mistakes.
You heard what happened to Belisarius?
That he was drunk on duty and fell off the wall and broke something.
His leg. What an idiot. I hope they reassign him to Ferrata for this. He'd be right at home over there.
Well, that was a disaster.
True, but what good is that now?
You never know when we'll need something to bargain with.
We stripped him of his armor when we brought him in. Here, Negate.
Our scouts report no sign of Legio Ferrata. I knew we should not have trusted him.
He is the consul of Rome. What choice did we have?
He is the consul of Rome, and that is the reason why we should not have trusted him.
Dumnorix and Divitiacus have sent the supplies they promised. It's not much, but at this point anything is better than nothing, I'd say. Either way, this will be the most difficult campaign we'll ever face.
Who knows? As a rule of thumb, I don't trust people who claim they can talk to gods.
And you trust everyone else.
I didn't say that.
Indeed. We did fine without him in Africa.
Right. Let's get to work, people.
You will not be able to hold me prisoner. They say Augetorix is like the hawk, born free and proud. In captivity I shall die. You have marched into my lands with thousands of soldiers. I hope to strike preemptively. Dumnorix never wanted to talk to you. The hate he has for your murderous kind is without equal. Your only trade is death, Roman. No one in the lands you call Gallia will help you. Vercingetorix is strong, but too trusting. I think you should be put down like the dog you are. Sadly, that was not meant to be. Keep this in mind, warmonger. When Vercingetorix wants you dead, you will die. He commands all of the tribes. He did. That is unexpected. The wisdom of the gods flows through the druids. His ways are mysterious. Absurd! Like all Romans, you have the tongue of a snake. Lies and venom is all you can spew. If you truly were attacked, I salute the warrior who sought to end your line.
Have you come to drink with us?
Thank you for sending me those schematics your people found. I've made a list of materials needed, whenever you have a moment to go over it.
What do you need, my friend? Like a fox in a trap. Until now, he has always been one move ahead of us. But now it feels like we're playing a game of his devising, and he holds all the pieces and all the dice. Honestly, I don't know how to win. I don't like gambling, especially when I'm betting lives. There's nothing to like. It's damp and cold. But at least I'm not boiling inside my armor like we were back in Africa. You know, I've been to Lutetia before. Don't be fooled by their smiling faces. The Gauls are tough people. Are you kidding? I wouldn't miss the chance. Nokia and our child are safe in your villa. And besides, no one can domesticate Caeso Quinctius Aquilinus. Ask Orestes. As far as I can tell, everyone's fiercely loyal to you. But most of them have their doubts about the consul. And of course, there's always the chance we have more of those Weeksy spies within our ranks. No telling if or when they would act.
Oh, hey, Legate.
I was hoping you would come over. Would have been no trouble at all if Lurko, that swine, had not disappeared. We are better off without him, and his legion of thugs and rookies. I only hope he will stay disappeared.
Domina.
Need something?
Our initial position here is not favorable, but we must endure. We're fighting on foreign land against highly skilled warriors who know the terrain inside out. Despite that, we have made a good start. But as usual, some situations will need your personal attention. You will need to take care of whatever problems arise. Indeed, as usual, it is best not to underestimate the Gauls. They may be barbarians, but they are formidable warriors. They are also well-armed and cunning. A land we conquer can quickly turn into a breeding ground for a rebellion, if we fail to pay attention. Gallia is an interesting place, full of weird gods and a multitude of tribes. It's best to be on our toes. I know, and I wish we had good relationships with all Gallic tribes. Unfortunately, we are not well liked here. We may be able to use the feuds between these tribes to our advantage, but some will always resist civilization with all the cunning and trickery of the barbarian. It's a strange kind of situation, I admit. These tasks are not important enough to warrant your personal attention, yet they do demand to be, well, taken seriously. Of course, Legate. It is best to react to these situations as soon as possible. Legio Victrix is fighting on two fronts now. We can't afford any distractions. Our way, Legate. We're nearly at full strength. We could use a few more recruits to fill the ranks, but we're ready to complete whatever task you set for us. Not only that, but with how experienced our legionari are, I believe we are easily the match for an army twice our size.
It fills me with joy to find you alive, Legate. I have been following your impressive progress carefully. You have proven yourself beyond measure to be a capable commander. We shall meet in the land of Eburones to discuss further strategy. Meet me at the appointed place as soon as you are able. Vibius Vitellius Lurco.
So now he wants to meet, after running with his tail tucked between his legs.
Let us go and tell him what we think about that. silver pike made from silver. This is a weapon worthy of an arena champion. We should bring this to old Sextus. He might be able to repair it.
Thank you for sending me those schematics, your people. Awe Legate, what strange and impractical weapon do you want me to forge today? Now this is something else. Who in the world would be silly enough to make a weapon out of silver? I suppose it may have been a usable weapon in the past, but I wouldn't know what to do with this. Perhaps you can find a Gallic smith to ask instead. As always, if you can come up with...
All quiet.
Legate! Do you have a moment, please? I have come all the way from Africa to talk to you. Awe, my name is Sabinia. I have traveled very far to meet you. Very, very far. Thank you. It's been an arduous journey, and I was afraid I would just be turned away upon arrival. My father's name is Sarbinius Ursinus. He was once the praefectus of a Roman legion. He said he met you during your conquest of Egypt, and he spoke highly of you. That's right. The denarii you gave him got our family through some very difficult times. But my father needs you again. He served Rome for 30 years. Now he is sick, maybe dying, and Rome will not come to his aid. I wouldn't come here to beg. He gave me something to sell to you again. A new design for a better banner. If you'll purchase it from me, it will pay for his transport to Rome and his treatment there. A terrible cough racks his lungs. He can barely breathe and has been bedridden for months. I must return to him soon, or I fear it's too late. You are generous, Legate, but my father has not suffered an arrow wound or a broken bone. He needs the best medical treatment in Rome. Thank you, Legate. With this, I can buy a fast horse that will carry me home in time to save him. Here, the schematics he gave me. He told me your smith will be able to use these to forge an idol worthy of Jupiter. I hope this banner will help you as much as you have helped my family.
Oh, hey, Legate.
Awe Legate. What?
Awe Legate.
I'm not even... remotely surprised those Landikai left us to hang.
The only question in my mind is whether it was maliciousness or sheer incompetence that made them betray us.
What? You think they got the time for the attack wrong? You think they got lost on their way there?
You've met some of them. I would definitely not put it past them to get lost so badly they end up in Hispania.
Awe Legate. What's... Let me see. These are detailed schematics. If I just follow them well enough, I'm sure I can create what you need. Why don't you lend me a hand? Your hands are not too soft to hold a pair of tongs, are they? Come, let's get to work. Well done. Your fine patrician upbringing did not leave you entirely devoid of practical skills. If your wine harvest ever fails, you can always come work with me in the smithy. It's an interesting design. Quite the impressive idol, if you ask me. It'll be a good banner for sure.
The men are awaiting your orders.
Arcium Latius Extendite!
Spiriamo!
By the will of Tutatis, it has been made known to us that we will meet once again to discuss a matter of utmost importance. A certain time from now, we will meet at your camp. You will be there, and so shall we be.
Formation shall we use?
Corniam formate!
Joined. How shall we proceed? Changing for the worse.
Retenete et ammunite!
The battle is Spilati quia maxima!
Awe, Legate. The druid Demetiacus requests an audience. He awaits you in your tent.
All quiet.
Honestly, this guy creeps me out a bit.
Men of religion have to be as eccentric as the gods they serve. It is a requirement of their profession.
That is deep. Is it not, Magister?
Indeed, Bestia. Fortunately, in this case, we only have to ask.
So it came to pass that you arrived. Hope is for the clueless. An enlightened man knows. Precisely. That is why we all need the wisdom of Tutatis. His blessing will be on you. Dumnorix is shadowing your every step. It has been made known to us that he will attack you at a moment you least expect. It has been made known to us. That is not known to him yet. He will want to consult the gods. The place is for the gods to determine. Thus, he will ask them. It is unclear yet. Dumnorix will fight, for he is a fighter. We will know, for we are a knower. It is not for the Aedui to fight. You will stop Dumnorix. That you can do, as long as you know where he will be. He will feel the need to know the outcome of his intended attack. Our brother will, therefore, come to the high place. There, he will ask 3 questions to the 3 deaths, and wait for the answers. You will be the answer, if Tutatis wills it. You will meet us at the high place soon. For this boon, the 3 deaths will require your presence and sacrifice.
I knew it. There's a catch.
We will be at the high place to instruct you.
What do you need, my friend?